What are the 3 timeless takeaways that you will leave with our listeners?
Oh, well, I guess because we covered a lot of acreage there today, it might be a kind of a repeat of what I said earlier. I think seeing luck as something that can influence your life, I think is a very positive belief. If you think you can shape luck, I call it funnels of serendipity, how random chance can change your life. I think that's an interesting attitudinal thing to take. And just think in terms, often when you say, oh, look, I don't want to go to that bloody reception tonight. I don't want to do this. You just say, wait a minute, just who knows what might happen. So I think that one first. I think secondly, and we didn't really talk about this, but probably the number one skill in networking is to be a world-class listener. And we live in a world where most people don't listen. Most people think listening is a sign of weakness, of not being an expert. They don't realize that you learn nothing when you're talking. When you're talking, you're only repeating what you recently heard or recently read. You learn everything when you're listening. So there's no such thing listening as a form of activity. This idea that by speaking very little, you can be a great conversationalist. I mean, so many people are narcissistic listeners. So if I say to you, Brendan, I'm thinking of buying a motor car, and you say, I bought one last week. The guy wanted 20,000. I gave him 10,000. He's only done 10,000 miles. Fantastic. He's got a great radio. And I didn't give a stuff about you and your car, but you've taken my point and you've hijacked it and you've become a narcissistic listener. I think people do that all the time. And then the third one, I think this notion of repeating myself, but we are the average of the people we hang around with. So just seek out people who are good at this, are good at networking, and just hang around with them. I was lucky to have worked with people who were exceptional in this area.